Hi, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Trending Live with Richa Mehta. This is host and director of the show, Richa Mehta. Today we have a very special guest, Captain Rahul Rai, who has a diverse experience of over 20 years in various fields and is the founder and managing director of Armour Heavy. So, without wasting any further time, let me call upon Captain Rahul.
Hey Richa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? We can see the logo. I can totally relate to the.
Yeah, you've been part of the photo shoots, etc. So thanks a lot for that. I think definitely a person like you have added value to the brand.
Thank you so much. So, Captain, our viewers would about your experience, your journey, and also what made you start Armor Heavy.
All right. So it's been a long journey, about 20 odd years working. Started my career with the Indian Army, and very fortunate that I got a very good arm. I was in the Armored Corps and served the military for about 5 years. And post which I did my MBA from MDI, and it's more like a resettlement course for military officers. So after that, I was in HCL, and I was lucky enough to get very good mentors, etc. And I'm not I won't shy enough to name the person who actually gave me my first opportunity, Mr. George Paul. Great guy. I think if my memory suits me right, he is a son of a naval officer. I think that's where the camaraderie clicked in. So great guy and a great mentor. Post which I had experiences in the corporate in various, I won't say various fields, but I've always been into sales and marketing. My last stint was with a venture firm, post which I decided that I'm ready. That's what I feel, to be an entrepreneur now and chase my dreams, chase my vision of always being part of a fashion brand and part of an insignia which people would love and cherish to wear. So that's what where we are today, and the company launched its operations in December 15th. I think we've got a pretty good response from the market, and hopefully people would hold Armor Heavy in a good, positive light. The brand is highly quality driven. So I would encourage everybody who's there on the show to go and visit armorheavy.com and see what we have there in store. I think they'll love it. Yeah.
So, why the name is Armor? How did you thought about that name?
So it's not a name that I have coined. It's Armor Heavy is a military term which is given to a weapon system during attack, which is which has a component of tanks in it. Just that if you call it armor heavy, that means the component of battle tanks is more. And in military parlance, we generally, whenever a weapon system is heavy in tanks, we say that it's not breachable. So it's unbreachable, you cannot defeat it, and those elements are actually part of armor heavy. So that tactical strategic name is given to that fighting force, armor heavy.
Oh,
And that nature of that fighting force is basically being connoted with the courage of a normal Indian who typically wears it. And we salute that courage of impenetrable nature, and you cannot defeat that courage, and he will continue to go. And that's why the tagline of "Stop at Nothing." So armor heavy, stop at nothing. That's how we go. Yeah,
okay. We'll talk further about the brand, but before that, I would like our production team to play a video which gives more idea about what the brand is all about.
yeah, sure.
It's going to be tough. It will get tougher. It'll try to break you, break your will. Don't stop. Endure that pain. Stopping is not an option. Stay on track, don't slow down, don't deter, don't look back. It's for you to achieve what only few will. Be a champion, not a quitter. Don't stop. Failure will lure you to quit. Give up. You will not stop. Keep the fire burning. It's your life, your dreams, your achievement, your triumph. Your victories will not come easy. You got what it takes, but it'll take everything you got. Stop at nothing. I'm heavy.
Oh, what a commendable.
Yeah. So, Richa, I want to tell the audience something about this video. All right. This video, to many, may not be like the big wigs, but the honesty in the video is that all the athletes that you see in the video are real athletes. They're underdogs who are actually competing to be big stars. So you have seen 100-meter dash runners in the video. You've seen somebody playing badminton, a girl doing taekwondo. These are all Indian, small town, very hardworking boys and girls. You've met them. So Himanshi is there, and you've got Kush is there, and you've got Amarjeet is there, and all these good guys are there who are the underdogs. And we are an underdog brand, and we want to give and partner with the underdogs and be with them. I mean, I will never, as a policy in the brand, will latch on to somebody who's already achieved something. We will always partner with the masses who are struggling to be there. When you reach there, you are like alone, right? So we want to be the brand of the masses. So that's what the vision is, and that's what you see in the video. And by the way, the background, the voiceover is of me when you just play the
Oh,
bass a little higher. So I've done, so we've been very economical and just did the video. I'm not very sure how you appreciate the video, but that's what it is. I'm pretty proud of it that all the upcoming stars are there in this video. Yeah.
the video is quite classy and it's power
Yeah.
all about. We have Dave Kashyap who said hi, hi, and thank you for watching the show. So you talked about sports people. I'll talk from the fashion end. I really like the logo. It's quite classy. It's something like you are wearing one. It looks that we are walking with class. Not only people
Nice.
who are sports, even if you're hanging out, since you know that everybody is now more towards wearing which is comfortable. The quality of the cloth talks about. And talking about the shoot which we did recently, I have met the taekwondo girl which you were talking about. I have पता चलता है कि वो sports से है. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw her kicks. I saw the way they were, performing that day. While I was more towards the fashion, that makeup सही तो makeup का ये तो ज़्यादा or maybe it's tuck in shirt. So let's see what I can add. That's something which naturally being, but they were more towards how big the kick is, how we are doing it, or नहीं नहीं ये अच्छा नहीं आया, रुको मैं वापस करता हूँ. So
More
I think
strength, yeah. Yeah.
people, but I'm sure since I was there for the shoot, like I am vouching for the quality, so they were. So something which is which has both ends, which meets both ends, is the quality.
Yeah.
Quality. So Rahul, I would like to know what is the X factor when we talk about the brand Armour Heavy.
The X factor, huh?
Yeah.
So it's all about the X factor. Armour Heavy is all about the X factor. You know why? Is because it's proudly made in India. That's number one. Uh, and the second part is that a lot of people who are making this product in my factory, uh, 70% are women, and the good part is that women go into greater detail when briefed once, right? And if you see the finish of the product, we've just started, so it's a long way to go. However, these ladies are actually making something which is really, really beautiful. So I'm proud that I've associated with a factory which has a good amount of employability and diversity. So that's one. The second X factor, of course, is that everything that you see in the product, from the badging to the cloth to the thread to the buttons to whatever goes into manufacturing the product, in fact the finishes also, everything is local. So that is the achievement. Of course, the pricing, etc. I want to keep the brand uh, priced for the masses, yes. But during the pre-launch, we've launched the Patriot collection, which has the Indian colors. Like if you
Yes,
see here, uh,
yes, yes. Talk about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has the Indian colors. So the Patriot collection is generally on the higher side.
we have
Uh,
who's saying that expect discount from Armour Heavy for Richa's fan. So, I mean, I wanted to take this later, so, uh, but I would like to know the viewers who are watching this show, my fans, my viewers who are watching this show, any special deal which you would like to give it to them?
So, of course, yeah, the deal is there. It's going at a 50% discount. However, if there's a referral from Richa Mehta, definitely we'll do a 10% additional discount for people coming from the show's side. I think it merits the what do you call equation that we share, and you've been part of the brand, being a celeb yourself. You've been part of the brand and you've shown confidence. I think I need to reciprocate. So additional, so it'll be total 60% discount for people coming from your side. Yeah, for sure.
Viewers who are watching this show, trending like Mehta, we are here with Rahul Rai, who owns a brand Armour Heavy, which is made in India and top at nothing. Rahul is giving 60% off on time. Now waste karo, le lo, because I can vouch. I was wearing it myself. So I would like my production team to, if they have any clippings of me wearing the brand, I would like to show it to the viewers how it looks. The clipping GIF which Rahul shared on different websites and also on his social media platforms. I could feel it that I own. That if you are getting through your clothes, because it's the confidence which carries. So Pooja Singh says good initiative. Thank you so much, Pooja, for watching it. Rahul, you were talking about the vision of the brand, about the India. Continue with that.
Yeah, so the 2 3 year vision of the brand simply is that 3 years from now, if a youngster in India, whether he's in Bangalore or any other city in the north or the east or west, 3 years from now, when he goes to a retail store, a multi-retail store, right, with all the big shots that are there uh, in sportswear and casual wear, he will see them, and he or she will contemplate either buying those or Armour Heavy. That is the vision. So I want to have this brand as a recall statement amongst the youth that they should consider Armour Heavy, and that's a big, big vision for me, right? Building a brand in 3 years which will compete with the big wigs, and I don't want to name the big wigs. I'm just saying because people say they are big wigs. Not in my dictionary, they are not. In my dictionary, I think Armour Heavy is the best. But I think that psyche will change, that even an Indian company can compete with quality and pride. And another thing is that I've seen a lot of Indian youth wearing international flags as a fashion statement in India. I really don't appreciate that sentiment. It could be fashion for somebody in maybe in a different country, could be Britain, could be America, could be Canada, but a maple leaf cannot be fashion for me. It could be fashion for a Canadian citizen, right? Fashion for me is a nation as the next fashion statement is our underlying thought behind Armour Heavy. So it's one of the only brands which has accepted and commercially we are there decorating our apparels with the tricolor and the four colors in the flag chakra, the blue color in the chakra. So if you see this, I feel a lot of pride not wearing somebody else's colors, but my own colors, because they represent a lot of what is me, right? So the Indian youth needs to identify with these colors and not run away from these colors. Or a lot of people in social media have told me these colors are to be felt inside. And so my only rationale to that is that when you reflect your sentiment to your mother and you say I love you, you say it to your wife, you say it to your kids, the more you reflect happiness, the more you reflect the cheerfulness, the more you reply a smile with a smile, right? So is this, so is the nation, right? I love
So
India is
that
needs to be reflected. It cannot be hidden and caged. You cannot be caged about it. You need to reflect it, just like the present government is saying
makes
to
a person
do.
proud.
Yeah,
Wearing an Indian
yeah,
flag makes it proud, and I'm talking on behalf of youth because I was wearing the jacket which I was shooting in, and it had an India flag. I still remember the behind the scenes shot. I shot it like this just because I could.
yeah,
It's as proud as I was while wearing that jacket. Internally, we thought like this. I did like this, so then my India flag was visible. So
yeah.
Rahul, you talked about manufacturing process. I would like to know what all difficulties you faced.
So a lot of challenges are there when you're starting up, especially if you don't have very deep pockets, right? You need to be innovative, really, really innovative in how you do things. So when I started off the entire website development, entire marketing, I was owning it since I have appreciable amount of years in marketing. So I did everything myself. And the good thing about doing everything yourself is that you learn, right? You learn, and then you can mentor others. That if you outsource it, you can mentor others that this is the way it's supposed to be done. So I want to keep everything to me to start with, because I don't want to outsource the thought process of Armour Heavy, because that thought process, the moment I give it to somebody, it gets diluted. So
Right.
in the young years, I want to just keep everything to myself, learn, and then of course try to outsource it. So the challenge has always been in manufacturing, yes, because there are a lot of people who don't understand in the manufacturing world what made in India truly represents, right? There is no quality standard for made in India. It could be a made in Germany, when you say the entire world knows what made in Germany stands for, high quality, very expensive. Made in Japan stands for very high quality and cost effective. Made in Pakistan, you know what it stands for, nothing. uh, Made in India, what it stands for needs to be defined. And we want to define it as high quality and cost effective kind of a product, right? But that high quality is not embedded in the craftsman today. So I had to actually go to the craftsmen, give them a pep speech, explain the entire concept. And now, of course, they've been onboarded on the thought process that if it has made in India, and somebody said, "Sir, let's have proudly made in India." Right, proudly made in India, because now you have inculcated that spirit of pride in us. आपने हमें बता बता के इतना ज्यादा आपने हमें बोल दिया है ये. We feel proud when we are making nothing else, but if we are making Armour Heavy, we feel proud about it. So then I started writing proudly made in India. So that small statement of made in India is so very critical, Richa. Very, very critical. And everybody needs to understand and support enterprises that are small, enterprises that are emerging out of India. There is a phone provider which closed down very recently, and they are trying to relaunch, which is an Indian brand. And the MD came and said that, look, we got closed because somebody bought too much of Chinese products because they are cheap and they are just flourishing the market and they are just storming the Indian market. All that is fine. It's a open world, right? But there needs to be certain element of truthfulness in the customer also. If
True.
you're Indian, you need to have that kind of a sentiment that अच्छा ये मैंने ले लिया, ये भी लेना है मुझे, if there is a requirement, right? So
Right.
you need to consider made in India in a very different context and promote the young entrepreneurs, etc., like myself. And I'm not shying away. I'm not making two sentences about it. I'm being very direct. You need to encourage the worker, even if there is a pen made in India, buy that pen, right? It'll only promote the Indian industry. That's really important. We are a huge market. So getting the sense into, to answer your question, made in India and that quality, we as Indians can only do it. If we say on social media ये तो बहुत expensive है, ये तो ऐसे है, ये तो वैसे है, मेड इन इंडिया है तो क्या हुआ, मेड इन इंडिया है तो क्या हुआ, वही, that is the only thing which is really, really critical. So, I mean, I'm very sentimental about these things. I don't know how you guys take it or the audience takes it, but if it is made in India, the entrepreneur needs to put his heart and soul into that. It should not be just made in India and then you have all sorts of rubbish being sold to the. If it is made in India, it bloody well have that quality standard. That is my responsibility and an entrepreneur's responsibility. That he should not mess up that made in India tag. Made in India is everybody, all of us represented, right? He should not
Yeah.
mess it up. That's my responsibility. And the responsibility of the customer is to support me if I'm good quality, giving you good quality. That's how the circle gets completed.
No, no, I totally vouch for that. And like you talked about, that being- I can see the Indian spirit in you. And I would like to know that if we purchase something in activewear or sportswear, what three things we should keep in mind? Before that, we had Monica who was wishing you and congratulating you. Thank you so much, Monica, for watching the show. We have Debishi, which says, "Great to have you, Captain. Your statement on connecting only to people who are underdogs and making the name says it all. Happy to have you have such a made in India. Super."
Yeah, thank you.
So I would like to know what three things we should keep in mind while we are purchasing sportswear or activewear.
So in India, the market of sportswear, activewear is growing as the
Right.
youth, etc., are very, very clued up in how they look and how they what they wear, and they are very conscious about what they are in fact wearing. And to be fit and look fit, it's really important that you do something about it early in the morning or whenever you get time, right? And for that, you have specialized gear. And what is this gear all about? It's it's specialized because even the fabric that we are using now, India being a tropical country, very hot climate, right? It needs to give you a lot of comfort. It needs to be breathable. It needs to be absorbing the sweat. It need not be reflecting foul smell, etc. When you exercise hard. It needs to keep you really light. It needs to have that stretch. And in my various communications, I've said that look, it's not only about exercise, it's also about disruption in what you're wearing now. When I say disruption in what you're wearing, is basically even in office these days, when you're clocking 9 hours in office, you need to be comfortable. So athleisure is what is the buzzword now. It's no more about going to a party and looking very different and dressing very differently. It's more to do about what Zuckerberg and all basically are doing these days, and they are the generation and business next, right? He typically wears a polo, and why I'm taking him is not because he's a fashion enthusiast. I'm just taking his name because that's on my top of recall. This guy dresses in a crew neck 24 into 7 and a jeans, right? He feels comfortable in it. So Armour Heavy is driven by that sentiment that if you're exercising, you can wear Armour Heavy. You'll be equally comfortable. If you go to the office, you wear Armour Heavy, you'll be equally comfortable. You go to a party in a Patriot collection, and people would say that, wow, this is something good that you're wearing and looks very classy. So throughout the day, you can be in that clothing, right? It's not about just exercising. Armour Heavy is all about athleisure. So whether you are at leisure or play, you can appreciate the product, wear the product.
Absolutely. And you are in fashion industry also. I mean, Khadi was, we had a Khadi round which happened on News X Conclave, and there was a trend of having Khadi fashion. Then we had, of course, ethnic rounds and Western rounds were always there. Then we had another era of things. We can next we can include fashion show on wear and sports. You'll have modern transportation on the ramp with something which is trendy, something which looks as classy as what you are wearing, something that of India. That's a $1 million idea. I'm sure that people who are watching and are from fashion industry might also contact for the next fashion line. So Rahul, moving forward and so ये तो हो armor heavy जो कि काफी heavy, काफी detailed. I have a quick gaming round which is brand alphabet round. I'll give you an alphabet. You have to speak out the first brand that comes to your mind. Okay. Are you
Okay,
ready?
if I can hear you correctly, all right.
All right. T.
Tata.
And if we say clothing brand,
You want a clothing brand, is it? None. See, you can't ask me a clothing brand. You can ask me some neutral brands, but I won't be homing on to any clothing brands and endorsing those guys.
or K. K.
I can't hear you.
K. I don't know how to make K with my hand.
K.
Yeah.
All right. Kisan.
S.
That S is Shalimar.
क्या बात है? R.
R is Ralco. All Indian companies will hear from me.
Oh, I was
What's that?
D. D.
D. Uh, D is hey, a lot of companies with D actually.
Yeah.
Delivery, delivery.com. That's one of my partners doing a good job.
Okay. Okay. And the last one, and I'm sure which comes to mind, but you have A.
What's that?
A.
You're
A.
breaking up. A. Uh,
A.
any day Armour Heavy.
I that. I knew that. So Rahul, before we close the show, before we since we have come to end of the show, I would like my production team to show the entire shooting team which was there for the first shoot which happened in Delhi, which I was part of. I would like our viewers to see the full house of Armour Heavy. The picture, please.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's the team.
It's the full house which has people who are representing India. It has Captain Rahul, it has me, and it has people who are associated with him. It says the team Armour Limitless, Armour Heavy. Stop at
Yeah,
nothing.
that has my coursemate Vaibhav Yadav also.
Okay.
He's from the infantry, and of course we've got Himanshi, we've got Mr. Maan there, we've got Prince, we've got Tejas, and of course you.
Yes. It's house indeed.
Yep.
So before we close the show, any last thoughts you have, any message you would like to give to the youngsters who are watching this show?
I would only say that a new brand entering the market like Armour Heavy, experience it well. Go to armourheavy.com. Of course, we've got a limited range. However, this range is just for the pre-launch. We'll be launching formally sometime in March. But experience the brand. Pre-launch will typically help me a lot in getting my metrics right in terms of whether you're getting the product in time, your personal opinions about the product. I'm sure you'll have a lot of positive things to say. And immediately when the show is over, Richa will go to armourheavy.com and purchase a nice t-shirt for herself
I don't mind.
and a team.
I remember where can we purchase Armour Heavy gears. So, like Rahul said, it's www.armourheavy.com. You can go and buy whatever activewear, whatever you feel makes you look good over there, and they have got a good range of products. And you will also see me flaunting few of their products.
Yeah.
And whosoever is watching the show will get 60% off. I'm still waiting for my goodies though, Rahul, but whosoever is watching the show will get 60% off. Thank you so much, Captain Rahul, for being part of the show. And I would also like the production team to finish the show with the video played again. Thank you so much, Rahul. Hopefully, we'll be meeting soon for the next shoot. And thank you for being part of Trending Live with Richa Mehta. It was indeed a pleasure to have you and hope this brand becomes bigger and bigger. You talked about 3 years. Who knows? It might reach to wherever to masses within a year. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Richa, for your appreciation. Yeah.
Thank
Thanks a lot.
It's going to be tough. It will get tougher. It'll try to break you, break your will. Don't stop. Endure that pain. Stopping is not an option. Stay on track, don't slow down, don't deter, don't look back. It's for you to achieve what only few will. Be a champion, not a quitter. Don't stop. Failure will lure you to quit. Give up. You will not stop. Keep the fire burning. It's your life, your dreams, your achievement, your triumph. Your victories will not come easy. You got what it takes, but it'll take everything you got. Stop at nothing. I'm heavy.